Hello, I'm Olivia Harris, a board-certified family medicine physician.
This is the final episode. Episode 1 covered what high blood pressure and high cholesterol are, why they are dangerous, and how to read your numbers. Episode 2 gave you the specific foods that raise both conditions, and the 8 foods proven to lower them. Episode 3 answered the medication questions directly, including when you need it, whether you are on it forever, and how to safely reduce or discontinue under physician supervision. Today in episode 4 I am giving you the complete lifestyle picture. Beyond food and medication, exercise, sleep, stress management, smoking cessation and weight management. Together with the dietary changes from episode 2, today's content completes a comprehensive evidence-based management plan for both conditions. The single most important thing I want to say before anything else: exercise lowers blood pressure and improves cholesterol at a magnitude that rivals medication. A 2018 British Medical Journal meta-analysis found that regular aerobic exercise lowered systolic blood pressure in hypertensive patients by an average of 8.8 millimeters of mercury. That is the equivalent of a standard blood pressure medication. Simultaneously, exercise raises HDL cholesterol, lowers triglycerides, reduces body weight, manages stress and improves sleep quality. One habit addressing every major driver of both conditions simultaneously. No single pharmaceutical intervention produces this range of effects. Aerobic exercise. The most effective exercise type for blood pressure and cholesterol is sustained moderate aerobic activity. Brisk walking, cycling, swimming, jogging and dancing all qualify. The target is 150 minutes per week. 30 minutes daily 5 days per week is the standard framework. However, 30 consecutive minutes is not required. A 2017 Journal of Hypertension study found that 3 10-minute walks produced identical blood pressure reduction to one continuous 30-minute walk. For anyone who cannot find 30 consecutive minutes, walking for 10 minutes after each of 3 daily meals delivers the same benefit. Start with post-meal walking. It is both the most accessible form of exercise and one of the most effective single interventions for blood glucose management, which directly affects triglycerides and HDL. Resistance training. After 60, resistance training becomes increasingly critical. Beyond its cardiovascular benefits, muscle loss reduces resting metabolic rate, promotes weight gain, impairs glucose regulation and increases insulin resistance, all of which worsen blood pressure and cholesterol. 2 resistance training sessions per week is the minimum target. Equipment is not required. Squats, wall push-ups, chair stands and resistance band exercises can all be performed at home effectively. A 2019 American Heart Association Journal study found resistance training lowered LDL by an average of 4.5 milligrams and raised HDL by an average of 2.7 milligrams. Exercise safety note. Anyone with systolic blood pressure above 180 should discuss exercise plans with a physician before beginning. Stop exercise immediately if you experience chest pain, dizziness or severe headache and seek medical attention. Sleep. Sleep has a more direct effect on blood pressure than most people realize. During healthy sleep, blood pressure naturally drops 10 to 20% below daytime levels. This is called nocturnal dipping, and it is essential for cardiovascular recovery and repair. Insufficient sleep eliminates nocturnal dipping. Blood pressure remains elevated around the clock. The cardiovascular system never fully recovers. A 2017 American Heart Association Journal study found that adults sleeping 6 hours or less had 20% higher hypertension risk and 17% higher triglycerides compared to those sleeping 7 or more hours. HDL was significantly lower in the short sleep group. Poor sleep halves the effectiveness of dietary and exercise interventions. Sleep optimization. Maintain consistent sleep and wake times including weekends. Irregular sleep timing disrupts circadian blood pressure regulation. Eliminate screen exposure 1 hour before bed. Blue light suppresses melatonin production and delays sleep onset. Keep bedroom temperature between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Core body temperature must drop to initiate deep sleep. Finish eating at least 3 hours before bed. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Caffeine's 5 to 6 hour half-life means afternoon Coffee remains active during your sleep window. Sleep apnea. Do you snore heavily? Do you wake gasping? Are you excessively sleepy during the day? These are the primary symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, a condition that causes blood pressure to spike repeatedly throughout the night as breathing stops and restarts. Approximately 80% of hypertensive patients with untreated sleep apnea see meaningful blood pressure reduction when the sleep apnea is treated. If these symptoms are present, a sleep study is essential. This is one of the most underdiagnosed contributors to treatment-resistant hypertension. Stress management. Chronic stress elevates blood pressure through continuous adrenaline and cortisol release. Adrenaline raises heart rate. Cortisol constricts blood vessels. Together they sustain elevated blood pressure. Cortisol also directly stimulates hepatic production of triglycerides and LDL cholesterol. Stress raises cholesterol through a hormonal pathway entirely independent of diet. A 2021 European Heart Journal study found chronic stress increased cardiovascular disease risk by approximately 27%. Daily meditation for even 10 minutes produces measurable effects. A 2017 American Heart Association study found regular meditation lowered systolic blood pressure by an average of 5 millimeters. The 4-4-8 breathing technique, inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 8, activates the parasympathetic nervous system and produces immediate blood pressure reduction. This technique can be used anywhere at any time. Walking in natural environments reduces cortisol measurably beyond the cardiovascular benefit of the walking itself. A 2019 Environmental Health Journal study found that 20 minutes in a natural setting significantly lowered cortisol regardless of physical exertion level. Parks, trails and green spaces provide stress reduction that urban walking does not replicate fully. Social connection lowers cortisol and raises oxytocin, a hormone with direct blood pressure lowering effects. Loneliness is a documented cardiovascular risk factor. Prioritize in-person social contact consistently. Smoking cessation. Every single cigarette raises systolic blood pressure by more than 20 millimeters temporarily. Smokers have double the hypertension risk of non-smokers. Smoking lowers HDL, oxidizes LDL, and accelerates atherosclerosis through multiple simultaneous mechanisms. 1 year after quitting, heart disease risk falls by half. Smoking cessation is the single highest impact lifestyle change available for both blood pressure and cholesterol. Nicotine replacement therapy, prescription medications and behavioral counseling all substantially improve quit rates compared to willpower alone. Use professional support. Weight management. Every 5 kilogram increase in body weight raises systolic blood pressure by approximately 4 to 5 millimeters. Reducing body weight by 5 to 10% produces measurable improvements in both blood pressure and cholesterol, regardless of starting weight. Abdominal obesity specifically, measured as waist circumference, above 40 inches in men and 35 inches in women, drives insulin resistance, systemic inflammation and metabolic dysfunction that worsens both conditions. The goal is not an ideal body weight. The goal is a 5 to 10% reduction from your current weight, which is achievable and clinically meaningful for nearly everyone. Series summary. Episode 1, know your numbers and understand what they mean. Episode 2, remove the 5 foods that raise your numbers and add the 8 foods that lower them. Episode 3, use medication when necessary and manage it correctly with physician guidance. Episode 4, exercise 150 minutes aerobically and twice for resistance weekly. Sleep 7 to 9 hours. Manage stress through meditation, nature and social connection. Stop smoking. Reduce body weight by 5 to 10%. Do not attempt all of this simultaneously. Choose one change today. Walk for 10 minutes after dinner tonight. Leave half your soup broth tomorrow morning. Put your phone outside the bedroom tonight. One change consistently applied leads to the next. These habits compound over months into numbers that change on a lab report. Your cardiovascular health is worth that investment. If this sound brought you peace tonight, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay with us.